Hi lovelies, my name is Jessica and welcome to Makeup Misfit. And we are at the finale for a deck of panning. I know I did not do an update in November. Yeah, I honestly don't know if I'm going to do this project next year. I do love it. I absolutely love the game aspect of it. But over the last few years, this has just not been a project that I've been able to keep up with for who knows what reason. And it's not even like not working on the product. It's just more or less like doing the updates for it. So I don't know. We'll see. I think I'm going to, right now I'm leaning towards just kind of not doing this project next year. But I think maybe what I'm going to do is take the first few months of the year, not do the project. If I happen to really miss it, then I'll just join in partway through and then just go for however many months is left. But I'm not going to make myself do this in November, in January, and like do it for a full year. So I might just do it for a few months, might do it for half the year, might do it, who knows. Maybe I'll start in February if I really missed like doing the intro in January, who knows. But for now, that's just kind of where I'm at because I don't know. I love it. I absolutely do. It was a great idea. I love that Emily and Max came up with this. Like, it's so much fun. I just don't know why I can't like keep up with it, I guess. But with that being said, we have the finale. I'm going to go over the products that I have had in here for who knows how long, plus the ones that were rolled in back in October. I did happen to roll in the veto in October, which I was going to save, but I never did end up doing my November update. So that was kind of cut out. But we're going to just go over everything and see where I ended up, which I think isn't too bad. I do think I did rather decent over the last couple of months. So let's just get on into it. So one of the products that I have had in here for, I don't even know how long at this point, was my Mercury Retrograde palette from Huda Beauty. I wanted to focus on the shade Galaxy. I couldn't really read the shade name when I brought it in. It is the shade Galaxy, and I wanted to expand the pan. So I will have a photo of what it looked like previously when I first rolled it in. I did take a photo. This is where I'm at now. And I think I definitely did expand the pan. Probably not as much as I would have liked to see, but I think a lot of like the top layer has been worked on. So it's definitely been getting a lot of love. I was using this rather consistently, like pretty much all of the time. Whenever I was doing an eye look, I would reach for this. So I know it's definitely gotten quite a bit of love, quite a bit of usage. And in comparison to the photo, you can see a little bit of a difference, maybe more than a little bit, but I am really happy with where I'm at. I'm much closer to hitting side pan on both of these ends. And then I think this side here, you can see a little bit of a wear down compared to when I rolled it in. So I am really happy with this. Like I said, goal was to expand the pan. I did that. I'm considering this goal met. I'm really happy with where it's at. So I managed to complete one goal. Then I had in my, so that was for prettiest packaging. Then for liquid / cream, I decided I was going to pull in this e.l.f. Liquid blush. Or cream blush, I'm not quite sure. No, liquid blush. Actually, now that I'm looking at it though, you can see some windowing on it, which is really nice to see. I had rolled this in, and like last update, I had said that when I initially rolled it in, I wanted to completely finish it off. Obviously we're not there. We're not going to be there for a while, which is totally fine. So last update, I decided I was just going to kind of like tweak the goal a little bit. I wanted to use it 10 times. Still challenge myself a little bit because, you know, with such a heavy goal in the beginning, I still wanted to make sure I was going to use it, challenge myself with it. So instead of going with a 5-use goal, I decided to go with a 10-use goal. And I am going to say right now, I am filming this a little early. I'm filming this on the 15th. Normally I film like a couple of days ahead of time. So keep that in mind. But where I'm at right now is actually at 8 uses. So I am so close. If I filmed this like in a couple of days or on the 18th or 19th even, the chances of me actually reaching for this I don't know if I'd hit those 2 uses. I have thought about it. I even actually thought about it today before I decided to even film. Like, filming wasn't in the plans for today. And I did think about it, and then I just never ended up using it, which I probably could have. So, I mean, would I have actually hit the goal of 10 uses using it 2 more times? Realistically, I don't know. Probably not. Maybe 1 more time, but I still don't think I would have reached like the 10 use goal unless I like looked into this project's update a little bit more just before I had to film, and like made sure I used it to kind of reach that goal. But that's okay. I'm happy with 8 uses. 8 uses is good. I was like so close, but close enough for me. Obviously it's not goal met, so I'm not going to consider it one, but I am still very happy that I managed to get 8 uses on it, because technically that's only been over the last 2 months. So I had used it however many times prior to, but I didn't count those uses until I decided to set a 10 use goal. Since my goal was just to finish it up, I wasn't going to keep track. So technically 8 uses in 2 months. I'm happy with that. I'm very, very happy with that, because even if you break it in half, that's, 4 times a month. That's like once a week. For me, that's very, very good. So I am actually very happy with where I'm at, where I'm at with this goal, even though it hasn't been met completely. We're good. So last update, I rolled in 3 new cards, 3 new prompts, and one of them, like I said, was the veto. I was trying to save it. Obviously, I didn't do an update last month, so that does not count. So we're just going to cut that one out. Whether you want to consider that goal met or you want to consider it goal not met, whatever, it doesn't really matter. But what I have met, and I'm actually really happy about, was the no pan left behind prompt. And for that, I decided to pull in the NARS Afterglow palette. I have purchased this off Poshmark like a little while ago at this point, and I hadn't reached for it. I was like, absolutely fell in love with the palette, wanted to use it, purchased it off Poshmark, and it sat in my collection. So I finally, for the first time, rolled it into a project, started using it, and I loved this thing. Now, I believe I was saying in the update, I could have done like, we're just gonna hold it like this. I think I did like rows. I was talking about doing rows, so I could just hit like, 4 uses and get all of the shades done. And then afterwards, I was thinking I could have done like a 4 shade look and, hit it out in 3 uses if I did it in columns. I loved this palette. Like, every shade that I used in here, I really enjoyed. I think I did like the columns. So it was, I probably used it 4 or 5 times. I managed to hit every shade, obviously, and I'm pretty sure I used a couple of shades more than once. Like, I really enjoyed this palette, and I didn't want to put it down when I finished it, but I think there was something else that I wanted to work on, so I kind of let it go. I have not reached for it since, but this is definitely a palette that I'm considering not panning per se, but like just pulling in for usage in other projects in the future, whether that's this upcoming year or who knows what. Whether it's a usage goal, a hit pan, whatever it might be. But this is definitely something that I'm happy I finally got usage on. And I'm happy more so because I actually really do like it. So we've got a good one there. And then last but not least, I had rolled in the Joker, which is Are You Joking Me? And because it was in October, I decided I wanted to try and challenge myself in a way of getting into the habit of moisturizing a little bit more often. So I pulled in this aromatherapy line from Bath & Body Works. It is in Stress Relief, which is eucalyptus and spearmint. Absolutely love the scent of it. My goal is to completely finish this. I am not there. We did not meet the goal, but this is much lighter than it was. So that in itself is an accomplishment. I actually just put a little bit on today before I started filming. So I did get one last use in it before I decided to do this update. However, there is still a little bit in here. I wasn't quite sure where exactly I was at last month or last update. I thought it was maybe like closer to here. It was really hard to tell. But now, like, you can kind of hear and feel like the emptiness in here. So I feel like I'm a little bit closer towards the bottom. If, again, I decided I was going to update this project closer to the 20th, would I have actually finished this off? To be realistic with you, probably not. So I'm happy with where I'm at. I've definitely gotten the usage on it. I don't know how many times I used it because I wasn't keeping track, but I want to say about a handful, which is pretty good. For me, that's not bad. So I do, again, want to continue to get more into the habit of moisturizing, especially over the winter time. So I would like to completely finish this up sooner rather than later. I do have a couple more, I think, that I really need to start using. So I want to try and just keep them as a daily part of my routine, and hopefully I can knock this out sooner than later and then start to work on some other ones and get those knocked out, and then just figure out what I want to do from there and what I want to use, because I'm not sure if the Bath and Body Works ones are like the body creams that I want to use necessarily. So if you guys have any suggestions, or if you absolutely love these body creams from Bath and Body Works, let me know. But if you have any other suggestions on some like really good body cream moisturizers, let me know down below, and I can, take a look into them and see what might interest me. I think it's Tree Hut. 10 Tree and something else want to come to my mind all the time. Tree Hut. I never tried theirs. I don't know. I've tried their body scrub once. I wouldn't mind trying to purchase that again, but I haven't tried any of their body creams or moisturizers or whatever they're called. So if you have, let me know what you think of them. And again, any other brands that you guys like, let me know so I can take a look at them and see what I might be interested in, so that eventually when I finish up my Bath and Body Works ones, I can go take a look and see what else is there. So that is it. That's the finale. I am, like I said in the beginning, this is a decent update, finale, whatever. My progress has been not too bad. I am really happy with where I'm at. And honestly, it's only been my harder products, the blush and this, that I didn't meet my goal on, but I feel like I'm so close that I'm just really, really happy with it anyways. Only 2 more uses. I feel like I'm towards the bottom of this, and I'm happy with myself for that. And really, in the end, that's what matters. I've been getting usage on the stuff that has been hanging out for a little bit and needs some usage, and we're getting there. So slowly but surely, these items will, dwindle out of my collections, just not right now, and that's totally okay. We'll see what happens next year. Maybe I'll pull them back in for a few more uses here and there. But that is it. So like I said, I don't know if I'm going to do this project next year, and if I do, it's not going to be more than likely in January. I'm just gonna see how I feel, see what other projects I'm kind of working on. I've got to take a couple of days here and go through some things and figure out what I'm doing, what I'm using for certain projects and this and that, because that time of year is coming up and I'm really excited about it. But yeah, unfortunately, I just think that this project, for some reason, as much as I love it, I just cannot get into updating it. I don't know why. But with that, this is the end of a deck of panning for 2025. And hopefully I will see you guys with this project sometime next year. Maybe I need a year break and come back in 27. We'll see how it goes. But that is it. That is all for now. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys all later. Bye.